Junior Strings.
On behalf of the Roanoke Symphony's education program, we're delighted to have you here. We're one of the youngest group that the Roanoke Symphony provides and furnishes for our young people and for the community. The Junior String Orchestra is made up of little folks, some as young as 8, some as old as 15, who are working to hopefully prepare to become members of the Roanoke Youth Symphony at some point in time. And that's one of our goals for many of these students this year. It was their first experience playing in an ensemble with all the different parts going on. They have all studied individually, and some of them have studied in a school program, but usually with just all violins or just all cellos in their group. And now we finally get a chance to be an orchestra together. So of course you heard the famous overture from the finale, rather, from the William Tell Overture, and that was our first selection. Now we're going to play a tune written by one of the most famous composers of all times. One of the most famous composers, and you might be surprised to find out that most of you, no matter how small, no matter how tall, know this tune already. we're going to play just the first 4 notes. 5 notes. 5 notes, okay? 5 notes. See if you can name this tune in 5 notes. We're going to go 7. Give me 7, okay? 1, 2, 7. You got it? All right. Now, some of you probably know it as Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Some of you know it as the ABC song. There are all different variations. Some of you moms hopefully use it with your children when it's time to wash hands. All right, have you heard that trick? All right. I'm a grandmother, so I can share this. How long do they need to stand there scrubbing? They need to stand there scrubbing as long as it takes them to sing the ABC song, okay? And if you can sing that all the way through, then you're clean enough and you can move on, okay? So if you need to, sing along with us. This is just a very, very simple version, straightforward, of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And it was, believe it or not, written by Mozart when he was about the age of somebody about this tall, about 5 or 6 years old. People still debate that, but he was very, very young when he put this tune together. All of it this time, starting on the D string. 1, 2, 3, now. Our string students, Twinkle Twinkle is one of their first masterpieces, and it has become kind of an icon in the pedagogy and the teaching of string instruments because it allows them to identify certain intervals and gets their fingers playing and allows them finally to use all the notes in the D major scale or whichever key they're playing it in, but primarily first in either A or D, depending on their instrument. So it's really a very important piece for string players to learn, believe it or not. It's not just fun and games. You heard them play using their bows, right? Young people do sticks. Can you hold up your bows, guys? This is what we call the bow. And if you look carefully, you see that one side is wooden, and the other side is made from hair from a horse's tail. All cleaned, all put on there in a very, very special fashion, and then they loosen it when they're finished playing. They tighten it before they play so that it will really grasp onto the string and make a great sound. Now, sometimes we make different sounds with our string instruments. They're going to put their bows down for just a minute. And would you play that same tune again? Just a little bit of a note. Stop. 2, 3, and freeze. Now, many of you know this term, but you don't say it right. You say it on Friday evenings when you're too tired to cook and you call for pizza to go. Okay? In the music world, that technique of using our fingers to pluck the string is called pizzicato. Okay? Pizzicato. So you will hear that off and on through several of our pieces tonight. Or this morning, I'm sorry, I'm not used to doing this first thing kind of performance. In the morning, when they're playing and you hear that plucking, realize what they're doing. They're anchoring their thumbs and then using the first finger to pluck. Right? Here's Twinkle playing pizzicato. Selection that we're going to do is one that becomes a favorite of young players too, one of their first orchestra style pieces.